Hello everybody, today we are going to talk about psychos. Hello folks, I am Henry. We are at your service with the second video from the Psychology channel today. In this channel we intend to produce content on psychological and motivational issues. So if you're interested in this type of topic, please subscribe to our channel and give us energy by liking and commenting. The word psychopath conjures up movie images of brutal, inexplicable violence. Jack Nicholson chasing his family with an axe, and The Shining, or Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter, his face locked into an armored mask to keep him from biting people to death. But real life offers another set of images, that of killers making nice. Ted Bundy as law student and aide to the governor of Washington State, and John Wayne Gacy as the Junior Chamber of Commerce's Man of the Year. Psychopaths are likable guys when they want to be. One of the most striking peculiarities of psychopaths is that they lack empathy. They are able to shake off, as mere tinsel, the most universal social obligations. They lie and manipulate, yet feel no compunction or regrets. In fact, they don't feel particularly deeply about anything at all. So much of the way regular people make sense of the world is through emotion. It informs our gut decisions, our connections to people and places, our sense of belonging and purpose. It is almost impossible to imagine life without feelings until you meet a psychopath. But psychopaths often cover up their deficiencies with a ready and engaging charm. So it can take time to realize what you're dealing with. People have long been fascinated with the idea of psychopaths, with violent psychopathic characters turning up time and again in books, television, and film. However, whilst people with psychopathic characters may have an increased risk of violence, this is far from a defining feature. Instead, psychopathy is characterized by an extreme lack of empathy. Psychopaths may also be manipulative, charming, and exploitative, and behave in an impulsive and risky manner. They may lack conscience or guilt and refuse to accept responsibility for their actions. Psychopathy is one of the most well-known and well-studied personality disorders. But is there an underlying biological reason for psychopathy? And if so, can the disorder be cured? Research has suggested that the areas of the brain involved in emotion processing, empathizing, and decision-making, for example amygdala, insula, and ventromedial prefrontal cortex, show reduced activity in people with psychopathic characteristics when they see other people in distress or try to learn consequences of their actions. The impaired functioning of these areas of the brain affects the ability of individuals with psychopathy to form associations between the stimuli and consequences, such as hurting other people and the fear and distress others display as a consequence, or making a poor choice and receiving a punishment. Altogether, the reduced activity within these areas of the brain impairs responses to emotional stimuli and decision making. The key question is, do these differences in the brain make someone into a psychopath, or does their behavior change the brain? Why do some people become psychopaths? Research has demonstrated that some individuals are genetically vulnerable to developing psychopathy and display atypical brain responses to other people's distress and social affiliative cues. These insights suggest why the typical socialization processes can derail in those at risk for psychopathy, but also indicate what might be helpful in preventing the condition. The signs of a psychopath. 1. Shallow affect, for example, reduced emotional responses. 2. Lack of empathy. 3. Parasitic lifestyle. 4. Poor behavioral controls. 5. Promiscuous sexual behavior. 6. Early behavioral problems. 7. Lack of realistic long-term goals. 8. Impulsivity. 9. Irresponsibility. 10. Failure to accept responsibility for one's own actions. 11. Many short-term marital relationships. 12. Juvenile delinquency. 13. Revocation of conditional release from prison. And 14. Criminal versatility, for example, committing diverse types of crimes. What percentage of people are psychopaths? Psychopaths exist across cultures and ethnic groups. It has been estimated that approximately 1% of males and 0.3 to 0.7% of females could be classified as psychopaths. An individual may show elevated levels of multiple traits associated with psychopathy without qualifying as a psychopath according to a measure such as the Hare checklist. Can a psychopath be cured? The highest score on an established measure of psychopathy signals traits such as callousness that could pose a serious obstacle to successful therapy. There is evidence that psychopathic traits and associated antisocial behaviors can wane over the lifespan, but the extent to which psychopathic traits can be altered by therapy is not fully known. Are all serial killers psychopaths? Not necessarily, though many, perhaps most serial killers exhibit psychopathic personalities, showing a lack of empathy for the victims and no remorse for their crimes. Are psychopaths in movies realistic? According to psychiatrist Samuel Lyston, who has interviewed and diagnosed real psychopaths, some psychopaths in movies are realistic while others aren't. The top 10 psychopathic movies. Number 10. No Country for Old Men. Number 9. 7.
Alright already.
Number 8. Blue Velvet.
Bye, Ben. Anyone want to go on a joyride with us? How about you?
What's the
Number
matter?
7.
I'll tell you what's the
Misery.
matter. I go out of my way for you. I do everything to try and make you happy. I feed you, I clean you, I dress you, and what thanks?
Number 6. Schindler's List. Number 5. The Dark Knight.
Well,
Number 4. Clockwork Orange.
I feel very low in myself. I can't see much in the future. And I feel that
Number 3. The Silence of the Lambs.
And a nice Chianti.
Number 2. American Psycho.
Two things. One, you can't bleach a cheroot. Out of the question. Two, I can only get these sheets in Santa Fe. These are very
Number 1. Psycho. Folks, thanks for being with us until the end of the video. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and support us with your likes and comments.